Good afternoon, class. How are you this afternoon? I'm fine, thank you too. We start today with a ritual. Sit up straight and listen very carefully. I have had exoskeleton with segmented bodies and jointed limbs. Who am I? I have had exoskeleton with segmented bodies and jointed limbs. Who am I? Think of the largest animal group. Yes? Insects? Arachnid? Crustacean? Good try. What can you call the group that all these class belong? Yes? Animal kingdom? Anyone have different answer? Very good. Arthropods. Our topic for today is arthropods. Arthropods is animal with hard outer skeleton, have segmented bodies and jointed limbs. Example: crabs, millipedes, spider, grasshopper, mosquitoes, butterfly, prawns, and flies. There are 4 classes of arthropods. The first one is insects. The second one is arachnid, crustacean, and the last one is myriapods. The characteristics of insects: they have 3 body parts. They have 3 pairs of legs or 6 legs. They have wings, etc. The example of insects is flies, honeybee, mosquito, beetle, grasshopper, and moth. The second class of arthropods is arachnid. The characteristic of arachnid: they have 4 pairs of legs, they have 2 body parts, they have no antenna. Example: spider, scorpion, ticks, and mites. The third class is the crustacean, which they have hard exoskeleton, they have 5 pairs of legs, they have jointed limbs, and 2 long antennae. Example: crabs, lobsters, shrimp, prawns, crayfish, barnacles, and billbugs. And the last class is myriapods. These animals, they have thin, long segmented body and have many legs. Example: millipedes and centipedes. Here is the summary for the 4 classes of arthropods, includes their characteristics and example. Is there anyone have any question? Okay, I'll divide you into 2 groups. So each group, you should choose one from each group to report your work. And then group 1, this is your activity. You have to classify the following animals using the list given to which class they belong. And then the second question, you have to describe the characteristics of the following animals, which is the prawns, cockroach, ticks, and centipedes. You can do this activity within 2 minutes. The second group, you have to define arthropods, and then you give the four classes of arthropods, and then give at least 2 examples. You can do these activities within 2 minutes. 1 minute left. Okay, group 1, can you report what you have done? Everyone be quiet and listen. Question 1, you have to classify which class that this animal from the list belong. Okay. The insects, moths, grasshopper, honeybee, ant, flies, beetle, and butterfly. Very good. For crustacean, only crayfish, lobsters. For arachnid, the spider and scorpion and mites. And for myriapods class is centipedes and millipedes. The second question, you have to describe the characteristic of the following animals. Prawns, they have a hard exoskeleton. Cockroach, they have 3 body parts and have 3 pairs of legs. Centipedes, they have a segmented body. They have long, thin, segmented body with many legs. Thank you. Can you give a hand to group 1? Thank you, group 1. Group 2, the first question, you have to define arthropods. Arthropods is animal having a hard exoskeleton with segmented body and jointed limb. Very good. The second question, what are the 4 classes of arthropods? Insects, crustacean, arachnids, and myriapods. And you have to give at least 2 examples for each class. Insects is moth and grasshopper. Crustacean is shrimp and crayfish. Arachnid, spider and scorpion. And the last one is myriapods, millipedes and centipedes. Thank you. Group 2. Can you give a hand to group 2? Any question? To sum up our lesson for today, the first one, you have to define arthropods. Arthropods is animal with hard exoskeleton, have segmented body and jointed limbs. What are the 4 classes of arthropods? The first one, insects, crustacean, arachnids, and myriapods. What are the characteristics of the 4 classes of arthropods? Insects, they have 3 body parts, 3 pairs of legs, they have wings and antenna. Crustacean, they have exoskeleton with jointed legs. And the arachnids, they have 2 body parts, they have 4 pairs of legs with no antenna. And the last one is myriapods. They have thin, long, segmented bodies with many legs. Any question? Thank you for your participation. Malo Alpito.